Basically.
I ask that all of you save all of your questions till the end. It is a cold blizzard going on. You're not quite sure why you're even here or why you're even walking in this direction. Well, let me first, you definitely know why you're here, but why you agreed to come here is the better question. You have traveled far across essentially from Waterdeep all the way up here to the spine of the world. An agreement. Yeah, I got it right here, baby. A contract was given to you. The price was really high, was almost too good to be true, and as you have witnessed through just the bare elements itself, it seems plausible that this might not even be worth it financially speaking. However, it could certainly help your pockets. You come to what looks like a frozen mausoleum. More Greek pantheon on the outside than on the inside. There are no doors. You make your entrance up the stairs between what looks like granite pillars, but they're made of ice. You come in, walk into the main foyer. The temperature drastically increases from what it was outside, forcing you to take off most of your winter clothing gear to prevent yourself from perspirating too much. You are greeted by what looks...
You hear me, babe?
What, babe?
Well, let's go.
Mic off.
They're right.
Okay. Who is it that you are here to seek? The small humanoid figure asks. As you try to focus your eyes, it just appears to be all his features, his height, whatever he may look like, is kind of just fuzzy and blurred out. I'm here to see the one who has sent this paper bird, this messenger. You present what looks like really old parchment. Like, most of the flying birds that you've seen nowadays are made of more
Mic
crisp,
off.
whiter. This looks like old parchment, maybe like pig paper? You hand it to the humanoid. I see. The master will be with you shortly. After a few moments, the figure takes a bow and kind of brings you, escorts you rather, into what looks like a grand library of sorts. Books stacked on books, stacked on books, shelves stacked on shelves, stacked on shelves, from the floor to the ceiling. Most of the figures in here are undistinguishable or even identifiable, as most of them appear to be the filter on TVs, essentially, blurred out. You're not quite sure how long you've been standing inside the library at this point. A few minutes, hours, days even. Off to the right-hand side, in a small alcove, a green light kind of flares, and a person walks through the portcullis. Arrogant, selfish child of a vampire that man is. For one simple thing, he wants so much, and I don't understand why. Oh, he rubs his brow and proceeds forward. Can I help you? He asks you all, essentially, even though there's only one of you. I received this parchment, and hands it over to the figure in front of him. Yet again, blurred out and hard to tell. They sit there and have a conversation back and forth. The mysterious robed man ends with, "Well then, we shall discuss in better detail in my study. Follow me this way." Led through a series of corridors, long passageways. Any guards that you see as you come through varied in different heights. They could be gnomes, dwarves, orcs, halflings, whatever the case may be. All undistinguishable from their face or skin tone or any markings in general. He leads you into his private study. At the center of the room, I can only describe as what looks like a bird bath of sorts. A swirling green liquid kind of pools around inside of it. Around are a bunch of desks and tables, books and papers scattered all about in random places. He goes over to the pool and begins kind of like swirling it with his fingertip. You get the sense of almost maybe divination magic, but you're not quite sure. As he goes over, comes to you, I am looking for this particular staff of sorts, and I do believe that it is somewhere here in the Dale. Unfortunately, in my weakened state, I cannot go and venture it out for myself, and I can't send any of my followers to do it either, as it would arouse suspicion. You all nod accordingly. Take a look of a rough drawing of what looks like a 6-foot, finely carved staff of sorts. It looks like intricate detail has been put into the carving of this staff. It looks like it might have belonged to like an archmage or a priest or whatever higher figure would wield such a weapon. I will not give you any details on its name or what it's capable of. All that you need to know is that I need it. You being as good in the trade as that you are, seem a little presumptuous of yourself and say, what is it worth to you then? The man spins around almost in a split second. Takes his fist, puts it in the air, takes his hand, puts it in the air, and curls it into a fist. It's at this point that you can feel your heart almost breaking, tearing. Almost as if every fiber that is attached to your body is slowly being pulled apart, piece by piece. My price, my dear boy, is your life, and you get to continue to live this meaningless existence. And perhaps maybe a grander reward as long as everything goes clear. Amongst one of the tables, there is a scale of sorts. It looks like large amounts of blue sand on one side with a bunch of half-emptied hourglasses on that same side, and then a bunch of full hourglasses on the other side. One of them tips over, almost of as its own volition. The robe man looks puzzled, begins to inspect his table. Begins to ask you all prying questions on whether or not you had touched it, or what had caused this. He puts the hourglass back right up again. Turns back around, and you can hear the telltale sound of wood and glass kind of tipping back over again. As this hourglass yet again has tipped to its side. Interesting, then. Perhaps that this is fated for something else. He snaps his fingers, and what looks like I don't want to say beholder. I mean beholder in the sense of its roundness and the one center eye and mouth it has, but it is accompanied with wings, 2 arms, and kind of looks like Mike Wazowski with wings, is the best way to put it. You are to put this on the upper shelf, overlooking the balcony there, and he points. You guys get a very vague view of it. It is what looks like a couple of bookcases. None of them full, except for maybe the first 2 shelves on the main bookcase facing outward from the balcony. A series of hourglasses placed sideways. You will put it there, and for the time being, we will figure it out. And as for you, we don't have much time, so the sooner you find this staff, the better. With a wave of dismissal of his hand, you get that that's your inclination to leave. As you begin leaving and exiting, walking down the stairs of this pantheon / like kind of mausoleum-esque, it fades with the wind almost like a mirage, an illusion of sorts as if it was never even there. You take a moment to realize all the dangerous jobs you have done, all the moves you have made in secret, and maybe this might be a little bit too dangerous. Playing with fire in a sense, but you will proceed onward. You guys all realize that Nolanai is not breathing anymore.
Mic on.
His chest no longer continues to expand. Then the same goes for Hightower. As you guys are standing amongst finishing up licking what wounds you do have. Although you guys did level up and it gives you your HP is full, that doesn't mean that you don't feel the side effects of being knocked to the ground multiple times.
Well, because this is all that's within my power, I'm gonna try to fucking use CPR on either of them. Just do what I think I can. No, don't give up on me. Nope, don't give up on me.
You continue to do CPR for at least 10 minutes, realizing that it is of no avail. That both Hightower and... Yes, you can. Realizing that neither Hightower nor Nolanai are of this world any longer.
I'll, turn to Mickey. Can't you do something? Isn't this your whole thing? Can't you do something?
They're dead. I don't have... I don't have anything to bring the dead back.
As where Hightower's body looks as if he is sleeping, Nolanai's body has the absence of soul, is the best way I can put it.
Okay. I'm
tapped of spells. I just got back up.
I'm gonna... Was there, like, a area that the druid lived around here?
Yeah, there's a small cave. Like, I could put you guys on that map if you'd like. There's still...
I almost want to fucking go through her stuff. Maybe she's got something that could bring them back.
Mickey's going to attempt the CPR thing, but with spare the dying rather than chest compressions. Live!
I think it's too late for that, buddy.
As like I had described earlier, where Hightower's body looks like it's trying to contain the soul and try to live and try to accept it, Nolanai's cold, almost like ice itself.
We get the impression that even if we were able to bring Nolanai back, like if we had the spell, it wouldn't work.
That's fair. Like if you were to cast...
There's a conspiracy.
Maybe.
It's similar. Like even if you had the ability to cast Resurrection, if a soul doesn't want to return to the body, then there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
you
like
would need necromantic magic to force the soul back.
Yeah, Revivify is just an invitation to come back. It's not forcing someone to come back.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I kind of just shake Nolanai's body like, no, you can't just die on us like this. I'm supposed to kill you.
I would like to say that his head moves back and forth, but rigor mortis has already set in.
It's cold out here. You're not supposed to get rigor mortis this quickly.
It's not written in the rules, so everything's open to interpretation.
It's just death cleric things.
Slap the cold cheek.
Barry, is there anything here that would be able to help? Is there anything that your druid boss had that could bring our friends back?
He kind of shakes it pushily left and right.
Fuck. I'm gonna go punch a wall.
They're dead, Bjorn.
I fucking know. I know. Fuck.
Mickey's just shaking the very stiff body like, no.
We should build a pyre.
I honestly think that's probably the first logical thought anyone's had.
Did you guys
moments
build a funeral pyre for both of them?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What if we take him back to Shane? Let her deal with them. She has clerics. She knows people.
I just
How long can their bodies go without the spells?
With a rough guesstimate, you feel like you could maybe make it back to Shane in enough time. But that would require no fucking around and leaving now.
Mickey, if you've got the magic to take York back home, to like subsist him all the way back home, say something now.
I can. I can go to both of them as he looks at the already stiffening corpse. But I could try.
Noel and I actively sought death. I don't think it'd be
It's
worth.
a joke. He never. Really
No,
wanted to
I don't
die.
think he was ever kidding. I think we thought he was kidding. Let's get them to the sled.
He is with Pharasma.
I will cast Gentle Riposte on Hightower.
And I'm gonna get him on the sled. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Alright.
As you guys pack up and get ready to leave, we break to a different segment. Lewis, the series of questions I'm going to ask you, you feel free to answer them however you see fit.
Okay.
You get word from Red Scale that you are needed to come back to... 1 second. Because apparently if I don't have a map in front of me, I can't remember names. Tourmaline. He has a different assignment for
off.
you than the current war you wage.
Okay.
You finally get back to Tourmaline after a day or so, and you meet up with Argu Red Scale. Skaska, brilliant. How does the war against the goblins outside of East Haven been going?
Skaska wage war. Good.
Very good, good. I am seeing that it was well of me to put you there then. How do the forces wage?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
You're good. How do the forces bear currently?
Skaska just kind of shrugs. I do lots fight. Took notes too. See? Holds up a journal and there's just nothing but Inane scribbles.
What are some notable, and please don't feel the need to unembellish yourself, like these aren't tall tales. As a paladin of conquest, name 2 things that you've done, like in the series of, I guess you could say, a campaign.
Okay. To my first conquest, and I use this in air quotes, there used to be a group of gnomes here. Used to be. I liberated them of all of their kitchen cutlery and supplies to furnish myself full plate mail armor made of cast iron. It's literally just cast iron skillets all the way down.
Put your hands in pots.
Yeah, basically. And I have like a pot that I've like painstakingly like poked holes into and molded to the shape of my head. That is my helmet. So that was his first conquest. The second would more than likely be involved with the goblins themselves. I led the charge against a redoubt
Okay.
and I was the one to slay the leader. How that was accomplished, no one really knows, but it was done, and Skarsgård got out.
I personally like to imagine that the leader just bled to death because of other wounds, and Skarsgård just happened to be the only kobold left alive in the room whenever he finally bled out.
His journal would tell you, but no one can read his journal but Skarsgård.
Since you are a paladin of conquest, I would like to give you a bonus feat ability. And this should help you guys in your travels across the Dale. You can incite forced march without suffering the first level of exhaustion.
Okay.
With being a person who has led troops and leads troops in a battle, you have a generally good idea of what people are capable of. I have received word, Skaska, that a dear friend of mine, Duvasa, is going to require some help. As of late, she has lost a few of her children, you could say, and it has wounded her deeply. I said that I would offer her aid, with it involving the desolation of most of the beastly races. I couldn't see a better fit for anyone but you.
Skaska obeys. What do I need to do?
Head to Bridge Shander and look for a woman named, the town speaker named Devasa Shade, and she will have everything you need to know from there.
Skaska can do this.
What is your mount? Because if not, I have one that I would like to give to you.
Please enlighten me.
Alright. In order to expedite your arrive there at Brinshind earlier, I shall betroth you one of my fine ornate statues. And he kind of pulls out of his pocket what looks like a wood carving of a boar.
Skasa just eyes open wide.
I have not named him yet, so
You let me ride Jimmy?
yes, you may keep Jimmy for the time being.
Skaska.
One more time, you cut out.
Skaska, take care of Jimmy.
As you head outside, get outside of the walls of Turbolade, you summon Jimmy. If any of you don't know what an abyssal boar is, you should probably look it up.
Mic on.
Snort!
Mic off.
As this boar kind of seeps out of this wooden statue in a red-black gaseous state, and then begins to form and erupt into and appear as a boar. Except for this boar is on fire. There has little fire rings around where its hooves kind of act like anklets of sorts. And every time that it snorts fire. All the snow around it begins to melt around it in a decent pace. Not enough to get you straight to ground, but should making traveling across the Dale a lot easier.
All right, and I will happily hop on top of Jimmy and ride out of town.
Comes equipped with saddle, as a side note, so it's not just a bare boar. You say its name, it goes back in a statue. You know the idea.
Yeah.
After a very long, grueling 9 to 10 hours, you guys finally arrive back to Bridge Shander. Towing both Hightower and Nolan Eye's body, kind of covered. But as you guys somberly walk through town, most of the city citizens stop and take their hats off, bow their heads, have a moment of silence. You guys have become pretty recognizable here in Bridge Shander.
Not gonna lie, angry face, marching as swiftly as his little legs will carry him to Devasa's house.
My like hood's up. I'm looking down. Like people can look from a mile away and see that Bjorn's just sad.
Duvasa will fix it. Duvasa always fix it. Duvasa has not stopped to fix anything yet.
Bjorn's already just like, it's too fucking late. It's too fucking late. We all fucked up.
Didn't. It's fine. Just get him to Duvasa.
You guys arrive at the Shane home. Open the door. You can smell some kind of meal is being cooked. Boys, you're home early. What brings you back?
Of a chair being pulled out. Me sitting down. They're dead.
I'm sorry. Could you reiterate that for me? Breaking her voice.
Lady, we've lost Nolan I in Hightower. Please help.
She kind of loses her balance, goes weak in the knees a sense, and grabs onto the chair. Where are their bodies?
I point outside to the sled.
Grum is just standing in front of the sled, waiting outside, kind of with a blank look on his face.
And straight up, it's just like front of our sled, boxes and shit, and then it's just 2 blankets with like snow on top of them.
She lifts to confirm, and she begins to. You see tears trickling down her face. Although maybe not direct children of hers, to have been with you and to have helped you through things, she feels like a mother.
Can't fucking believe I said we could pull that off. I can't believe I fucking let us into that. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck me.
She brushes her hand across Nola and I's cheek, and you can hear her whisper something. I guess it was true that you would stay gone if you had the chance. And looks over at Hightower, takes her hand and rubs across his cheek and sorts and says, "There's not anything that I'm able to do. If I was there, I might have been able to do something, but as far as returning the soul back to the body willingly, Nola and I is out of the question." And Hightower, we may be able to keep him in the state, but I don't know if he'll be able to weather through.
Yeah, and then there'll be like 3 more things that will like take away my faith.
They were good friends.
Nicky is just kind of goldfishing at this point, his mouth opening but nothing coming out.
It seems that I need to make some preparations.
We live in a world where we know gods exist, and therefore we know that the afterlife is real. Death is not the end of the journey.
She gives you a solemn nod and then goes inside.
I guess any place outside of this is better than the Dale. At least I hope where they ended up is better than the Dale.
Grum's still standing at the sled, not really doing anything.
We did all the music for that.
I need to go.
Robot
pray.
rock.
I'll be at Helm's Keep if I'm needed. He just kind of walks off. Shuffles off. Stumbles off. Yeah, stumbles off sounds better.
You guys will get about 2 or 3 days of downtime as Shane prepares a memorial service of sorts.
Alright, Bjorn will lose himself in his work and make a couple of potions in the meantime, if there's somewhere I can get the supplies.
Yeah, you should be fine.
How many days?
2.
Okay, so I get to make 2 potions. And that's kind of like what I'd be doing anyways, but that's also kind of helping me cope.
No question. It says 1 work day, which is 8 hours. So couldn't you push yourself and do like 2 a day?
Let's go then.
I'm just.
That's fair.
Would you allow me to?
What?
You want
Sure.
5?
Okay.
I've been meaning to ask this in Lewis's game as well,
Right.
since technically a work day is a 8-hour period.
Could we call for special circumstances of Bjorn wouldn't want to do anything other than work just to keep his mind off of shit, and then only do it this one time because of special circumstances?
Yeah, here's where the gray area hits for me, because he just brought up a good point. This is one of those things where I would want to ask Lewis in his campaign as an artificer who needs to work on something for 8 hours a day if I could push it. The fear is I don't want anyone to incur exhaustion. However, there are 24 hours in a day, and if you work 16 and sleep the other 8, you still get your full rest. So, with that decision, yes. But you won't be able to, you will have to rest after that. You won't be able to do
Yeah,
anything
it's
else.
literally I'm going to fucking make potions until I'm fucking
Pass out
exhausted.
Yeah, so you can make 2 potions a day, but it's literally pass out afterwards.
Okay, I'm cool with that, and honestly, I'm not gonna abuse that. It feels like a good roleplay right now.
Lewis, while we're on the topic of this,
Back to sipping my moonshine.
Ye shall not milk more items from me.
I'm not asking to milk more items from you. I'm just
Yes,
asking.
but I know exactly what would happen.
I'm not talking about an all the time thing, just the occasional, all right,
Well,
you
yeah,
guys get a
if,
week of downtime, and I go, I'm going to work doubles for a week straight.
We will see.
He needs
All
to
right.
work on it.
I'm only more curious so it doesn't take me 25 weeks to get an item. That's what we're going at.
I know, but you guys are getting a shit ton of downtime. So
That's true. And yeah, so you make 4 potions? Is that what I'm getting? It was a good funeral. Well, almost the entire town showed up.
Midnight.
Um,
Campus, like college kid. I'm drunk. So
A few emissaries from the Emerald Enclave have arrived to take Nola and I's body back.
Thank you.
I give the option to burn. This is 2 characters. I give you guys the option to burn Hightower if you so choose to. But you don't have to. But at the same time, Connor has hit me up with he has ideas for another character already. So
Alright, so
bye, Rhythm.
is anyone in town other than Mickey able to ritually cast Gentle Repose?
Yeah, there's a couple of priests.
Could someone keep him gentle reposed until his soul moves on? Air quotes.
Yeah,
It lasts
it's
for
gonna
10
be
days, which is surprising.
it's what, Gentle Repose?
Yeah, it lasts for 10 days.
Oh, his will last for the entire time because we're just waiting for Connor to get back next week to decide what the fuck he's doing.
Okay, so yeah, as long as we keep him on ice until he decides if his soul departs into the afterlife permanently or not.
Gentle Repose
Okay.
is the solution for if you need to go and get someone revivified, you don't have a diamond on you at the time.
Yeah, you still got to do it within the 10 rounds,
Yeah.
and I don't think we were capable of doing that.
Well,
We might have. I don't know. Did we hit him with the first gentle repose within a minute of him going down?
David, were you out of spell slots?
I didn't even get Gentle Repose until I leveled up, so technically
So no.
I mean,
How long did it take us to level up? Is there like a Sailor Moon transformation that lasts 30 seconds?
I guess is where a lot of DMs are gonna differ. When I say you level up, it's just like that shouldn't take a lot of time in game. Your body just do.
Okay, cool.
you got
So-
the experience. You did.
Yeah,
The time it takes you to allocate skills and stuff is irrelevant to the time that it requires you to physically level up.
I'm with that. I like that. Alright, so... Yeah, so technically, if...
300
How-
gold versus 500 gold.
Yeah. That's a hypothetical, so
Yeah.
Connor's character's on ice if he wants to play that character.
And then
if
I would
not-
also like to substitute in that if you level up, and I know we say that constitutes as a long rest, but that doesn't mean that 8 hours pass.
No.
You just gain the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah, so however you guys level up and say, hey, we're going to take a long rest for the sake of taking the long rest, then that's the time that's allocated to leveling up.
I remember whenever y'all's characters literally stayed up for about 6 days straight off of fucking level ups alone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those last days of Avernus were tough.
Yeah.
I'm glad that that's how y'all remember them.
Yeah, they were tough.
My manager at work plays D&D and had brought up Avernus, and I was like, haha.
Oh, no.
I was like, good luck. If you don't have this in your party, you're never going to beat it. Good luck. But I digress.
Several
They
different
come and
guys.
grab Nola Knight's body. We put fucking Hightower on ice.
Yeah, we bury him in the snow, like just literally the snow.
Everybody has their couple days of mourning.
Hey, Mog.
Yeah.
Come here, I want to show you something.
Sound his dick.
Okay.
You walk into Grum's room in Duvasa Shane's little domicile, and there's something under a sheet making some whirring noises, and Grum pulls the sheet off really fast. He says, "Ta-da!" And standing in front of you is what looks like a 2/3 scale statue of you. He says, "I've gotten so used to standing behind you and poking people with my halberd that I just figured I'd make it look like you."
I scratch my head and look at it in amazement.
Yeah, it's just what I'm used to fighting behind something that looks like this, so I don't know. It just kind of happened like that. Grum says no homo and then walks out of the room.
All I can think of is how jealous Bjorn's gonna be.
Skaska, how do you kill this Yeti?
Well, it dared get close enough that I take out my meat tenderizer that is my warhammer, and I bash its brains in.
You're riding on Jimmy through, and the snow mound next to you kind of erupts. You used to being part of the Dale, and short of a miracle, by God, nothing really terrifies you anymore. Snort had already noticed it prior and had snorted rather, a ball of flame towards it, causing it to take some damage. As you come by and just hear the subtle tell of that crunching meat sound of its skull caving into its small but tender brain. Satisfied is when you go from level 1 to level 2. As you are continuously making your way to Bryn Shander.
For Red Scale!
And by announcing your allegiance to Red Scale, you go from level 2 to level 3.
By divine intervention and the belief in Red Scale as a god, you accept your level 3 trait as a conquest.
I need more
Yeah.
alcohol for this.
It was a trait I wrote down that I believe that Argue Red Scale is my savior.
Yeah. It's like as soon as you say Red Scale and you kill him, you have that epiphany that he is my god, and you are bestowed with paladin-like abilities.
So what I'm hearing is Red Scale can give me magic powers.
Now
with
here's
my
the
charisma.
question. Can I become a warlock of Argue Red Scale?
How much do you... I am strictly firm on anyone who has a patron or a god that uses magic. It is just how strongly you believe in that thing. So if you want to believe that strongly that he is also could possibly be a shadow sugar daddy, the possibilities are endless.
Okay.
Alright, so I literally can't believe anything but that. So I've got some interesting multi-class ideas and I'm gonna swing by you later.
I'm open to all suggestions because we're going past 9. We just have to get through the beginning of Brim of the Frost Maiden so we can hit chapter,
If my fucking source of divine or hellish power comes from 3 kobolds in a trench coat, that'll still be my favorite campaign ever. That's all I need.
It's just a matter of how strongly you believe that. That's how I'm talking fanatically believing. And he is a kobold, and there is fanatic kobolds. I know there are.
Yeah, for sure. I just need to be on his level.
Yeah.
I just need to know Skaska is Team Red Scale.
Oh,
Team
you'll know.
Oh, he sent one of his disciples. Tell me all of the knowledge he's bestowed upon you. Just need to get my charisma from 8 to 13.
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
I was about to have some questions about how that was going to work.
If anyone should be talking about the multiple of 8s that they have, everyone should be looking at Skaska and no one else.
To be fair, it's a kobold.
I bargained my way into 3 8s and 3 16s.
Jesus.
I was there.
My dude.
I laughed when you did it.
I think that's hilarious that there are 6 ability stats, and half of them are literally half of the other number.
I mean,
What's your other one? Oh, no, wait, it's just boom, boom, boom. That's fucking hilarious.
I mean, if that's an option, I will happily take that.
Which physical stat doesn't have is the 8?
Dexterity.
And both of his mental stats are 8.
I mean, his charisma's okay.
So,
Kidneys.
I'm only excited because Lewis is now susceptible to one of my favorite spells in the game.
Lewis, how far can you walk?
30 feet.
Alright,
Wisdom
noted.
save.
Yeah, I'm betting wisdom.
I gotta be 35 to 40 feet away from Skaska at all points in time, just in case.
Please, just stay 40 feet away from me.
Just in case.
Oh, I see. I think Lewis is picking up what I was throwing down earlier. Yeah, he's right. You probably should stay 40 feet.
Okay. Okay. I'll just stay 60 feet.
That's safe.
You sure?
I mean, if you want to play that game, we should 80 feet.
I'm just gonna not be near you. I
don't
hit
wanna be within
teleport on the
smite
back
range.
burner.
Compel duel.
Ooh.
Yeah. For those of you
I'll
who
try.
don't know, my favorite spell in the early game is Crown of Madness, because nothing makes me feel better than saying, do everything you possibly can to them. And then you going, okay.
Well, that's easy. I just won't heal them. Done. They're all dead.
I mean, I'm just gonna point this out there. If Skaska attacks me as a Minotaur that's probably raging at the time, I'm probably gonna attack him back.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's
Command sit.
Yeah.
ha.
Hey man, it's a good strategy if you got
I-
potions on the back burner.
I have a +1 in Wisdom, so I may make that command save.
Oh, okay. I'll just bane you instead.
Lewis, tangent. I want to keep the spider and the dog as a pet. I don't need them in combat. I just need to add to the entourage. All right, carry on.
It's at which point you arrive in Bryn Shander. The guard seemed a little confused at first, but you hand him essentially an invitation from Duvasa.
Skaska is here!
There are no mounts in the towns, sir.
Okay, goodbye, Jimmy.
Sucks up in a red and black astral ash back into a wooden statue. Do you know where the speaker's house is?
No. Where can Skaska find duvet la chanet?
Oof.
holding
Ouch.
the
That
paper.
hurts me to hear you say that.
He's holding the paper upside down.
Follow me, Skaska.
Skaska will follow.
He will bring you to the Shane home. This is the house. Here, and he knocks on the door. You have a good day.
Skaska thanks you.
The guard thanks you.
Jim, thanks you.
How tall is Skaska?
Well, I like
That
Timberlake,
depends. Do
Nick.
you open the
I
door?
don't think we need to be here.
Oh, this is wrong city.
I do like Timberlake.
This is where I'm from.
There we go. Skaska came through here and did all of that shit there.
Swings open the door. Oh, Master Redscale has sent you. Skaska, is it?
Skaska is here.
Oh, you are an
Like-
excitable one.
Hands on hips, standing heroically in the non-existent breeze.
Everybody be wary of rhythm.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought there was breeze all the time in the Dale.
It is for some reason non-existent around Skaska right now.
Jesus Christ, he controls the weather.
Well, come in, dear. We have much to discuss.
Skaska will do this.
Boys, gather around. I gathered some assistance.
And walking in through the front door, you see a kobold, about 2'7", covered in kitchenware and cutlery, cast iron skillets, wearing a meat tenderizer on his hip, a cast iron skillet as a shield, and he also has a whip attached to his hip.
Is he breathing?
What?
Is Skaska breathing?
Yes, and it rustles his cast iron armor every time he inhales and exhales.
Mickey just kind of sighs and looks down at the table. Noel and I used to breathe too.
Oof.
Skaska is here!
Hi, Skaska.
Mickey just holds up a finger like, whoa.
I'm sorry. You must understand. We've gone through some rough times.
Acting like someone has died.
I
Yeah.
get up and leave the room.
Unfortunately, 2 of my children have passed.
Skaska is sorry.
It is fine, dear. It cannot be helped. But come, sit down. I've cooked quite a meal.
Okay.
Mickey's just kind of sipping his water like,
Just to warn you, Skaska, Bjorn gets really weird about food.
Who is Bjorn?
He's that dude that just left the room.
He's the crybaby.
Okay.
Skaska, you should ask Bjorn about his dad.
Okay, Skaska will do this. Who are you? Who are you? And who are you?
Mickey just
I'm-
takes a deep sigh. Mickey will hold out a hand to you. Hi, my name's Mickey.
I am Skaska, and grabs your.
It's
He
the-
doesn't shake your hand. He just grabs it.
It is the limpest fish hand ever. He just
Like I
gives
said,
the-
he does not shake it. He just holds your hand.
Oh yeah, but he's not really squeezing back at you. He's just kind of like meh, just holding it out there like a limp noodle. He just kind of like gives it a
Skaska is
little-
unsure what we are
Fishing
doing.
him.
He gives it a little wiggle and like saying hello, Skaska. It's nice to meet you.
Skaska already said hello.
Well, now Mickey is saying hello to Skaska. You said hello to Mickey. Now Mickey is saying.
Skaska likes Mickey.
Thank you, Skaska.
He just continues holding your hand. Who are you?
Mickey's kind of like limply trying to like pull his hand back, like. Eh.
He is very firmly holding your hand. And he looks over to the Minotaur. Who are you?
I stand in a hero pose and I say, I am the great hero, Mog. Nice to meet you, Skaska.
Great hero, Mog. Skaska greets you.
I come
Why
back
are you
down.
holding my hand?
He looks at the dead limp thing in your hand. I don't know. Perhaps if I let go, it'll fall away. And like tries to wiggle his hand again.
Still retains the grip.
Eh.
You are the one called Bjorn, yes?
Yeah, I come back downstairs, nod, and then kind of ignore what you said and turn to Duvasa. Who is he?
He is Skaska of the Red Scale clan.
I go from like mild and annoyed and very sad to instantly curious. Oh, so you're Skaska Redscale?
No. Just Skaska.
But you know Redscale.
Yes.
He sent you here?
Yes.
For what purpose? And I like approach you at this point, like chest kind of puffed out a little bit, trying to.
Skaska's right hand is still holding Mickey's hand.
I look down at
Yeah,
it.
the hands are not shaking. Skaska is just holding his hand in extended handshake, but it's not moving.
Mickey doesn't even look like he's trying to clench his hand. It's just sort of like limply in there, and he's trying to pull at his shoulder. Like,
Nick, you can let go. Like it's rude to extend a handshake that long, Mickey. You can let go.
You see, Bjorn understands.
Mickey drinks his water and looks at you like, I am going to hurt you.
So I look at your guys' hands and then look back at.
Skaska is very visibly the one holding the hand,
Yeah, I know.
forcibly.
And I look back at you. So why'd Master Redscale send you?
Master Redscale said someone named Duvela Shane need help.
You mean Duvasa Shane?
Yeah, that's the one.
Mickey will
I
actually look
mean-
up and look at you at that point. Saying that.
She's laughing every time he says his name, like her name, every time.
I mean, Master Redscale is wiser than I know. If he already knew that we lost two of our own, he must be the most capable wizard.
Oh, he is. He's the greatest.
He is the greatest wizard lizard.
Redscale is the one who grants me my power.
So he took you under his tutelage? I get visibly upset. I get a little bit jealous.
What?
Skaska like scratches his chin with his left hand, still holding Mickey's hand.
Mickey's still limply trying to like yank at his shoulder. Eh.
Definitely imagined you doing it with your foot when you said scratches his chin.
More like Skaska work for Red Scale. He not really teach. He tell me do thing, and Scott do thing. And Scott grow strong.
Gotcha. So I have to work for Master Red Scale before he'll teach me. Got it.
Yeah, that should work.
As like you can't see Shane's face, but she looks visibly confused by your understanding of what he just said.
I rolled really low on that check, and I'm fucking writing that into the fucking sea.
I know.
Master Red Scale's the wisest wizard, and if he can teach this kobold how to be fantastic, then obviously he can teach me how to be fantastic.
What is it that he grants you, Ska?
Many powers, magic. No fear.
Oh. Okay, no fear. So he makes you brave?
Which is very strange for Kobold.
Yeah, a bit. Okay. So that tactic won't work on you. What else does he do?
What?
What?
Scott, I think you're gonna...
Red Scale, Master Red Scale. He pays me very well.
Okay.
I don't have money here, though. Don't try to rob me.
I don't
So
think
one
he'd
question,
be able
does
to.
Does your special armor give you fire resistance?
Scott just looks down,
Mic off.
looks back at you. Scott wishes.
I'm just picturing myself with a pot on my head and my horn sticking out both sides.
Mic on.
Honestly, Mog, I think the style would work on you. I'm going to put my hand on top of both of their hands.
Mickey just looks at you even more like he's gonna hurt you.
Grum feels left out and puts his hand in as well. And starts holding everybody.
You know what? I want to see how this is gonna work. I'm just gonna cast Inflict Wounds and see who gets touched first.
Well,
I'm standing
technically,
as far away
Skaska
from
is
everybody.
holding your hand.
Yeah, but their hands are definitely bigger than our hands, so they're probably touching us both.
This is a great team building exercise.
Just see Mickey like, y'all are not helping.
I thought y'all were doing a thing, and I wanted to be part of the thing.
Could everyone make me a wisdom save? Fail. Next. Fail. Fail. That's neat. Fail.
Wait, what?
Fail.
I don't like this, Nick.
What? In the sweetest tone possible, would you all kindly sit down now, please? So we can get onto business proper like.
Already been sitting. He touched me.
I sit down.
Skaska will sit.
Does he let
They
go?
hold hands. They hold hands together to the chairs.
No, he does not let go.
Ah, god dang it.
He just sits down next to you.
It seems
On the
that
floor.
perhaps I have, although as a teacher, I would imagine myself and as someone who has guided you through portions of your life, I feel like I have underestimated perhaps my knowledge given to you about the Dale and its inhabitants, because the loss of our dear friends, although I was not there and was not able to do anything, I still feel that it falls on myself. Perhaps if I was able to give you more knowledge and seek... 1 second. Yes, love.
I'm just picturing everybody arguing about who's going to die first, and me just standing there like, what's going on?
Because I was in the middle, half narrating. Their passing, I feel, is partially my own to blame, and I could perhaps could have taught them more, could have made aware of some of the things that I might have known about relevant. I wasn't aware that you would potentially run into this druid.
Mickey's just sadly looking down into his glass.
We are going to take a 1 week of downtime, and at least for 8 hours of day during that downtime, you will all attend a basic montage course of the Dale.
Getting schooled in the ways of the monster hunt.
Creatures, food, shelter, the whole nine. We're just going to give you a wide variety, so I can essentially not have to worry about if anyone decides to roll a "do we know this?" blah blah blah. There is no ambiguity about it.
Can Skaska be Bjorn's teacher? He seems to be well versed.
And I just want that to be available so you guys don't fall into any pit holes or traps that I feel like as a group who is going out to travel the Dale and would have seasoned teachers like you did, aside from Shane of herself, that these are things you would have known and picked up.
So in player terms, what are we allowed to know?
I give you access
The Dale is dangerous.
to the original, just the one Yeti stat block is a good example.
Okay.
So like we get to use like basic ass stat blocks with the knowledge that not all creatures are exactly what we see on them.
Exactly. You would know about
This is like a
polar
generic,
worms.
This is a generic Rimmeraz.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yes.
So basically, stat block has the Yeti as like monstrously strong, but this one just happens to also have some damn. Well, Biorhythm, fuck you. I didn't want to talk to you anyways.
No, if you look up the stat block on well, go ahead, David. Finish first before I open my mouth.
No, you're fine. Like on Yeti, it's like they're super strong, but this one just happens to be like pretty wise kind of deal. Like it's not the normal Yeti. Something's off about this Yeti.
Yeah, and I will always make that clear to you.
Okay.
In some shape, form, or fashion.
I really like that and might steal that because I like, honestly, like, I play with so many other fucking DMs, like, fucking know the stats.
Yeah, it'll just help me and help you as players. So if there is a question about a creature, we can just avoid we're fighting this thing. All right, he hasn't said anything that makes it weird. We have a general knowledge. So if someone looks up the stat block and is like, all right, it is weak to this. Collectively, since we get this crash course, as a group, we would know that this thing's weak to fire.
Gotcha.
Alright, so who here's play Final Fantasy or those types of games? Everybody in this group, pretty much?
Yeah.
I understand.
Alright, so you guys know the fucking, I don't remember what it was called, but like the identify or the scan or whatever the fuck ability. We basically got the whole ass encyclopedia.
Yeah, it's gonna help me help you.
It's okay.
You guys, it also helps with fill in the backstories since everyone has grown up in the Dale or was raised by Shane. Skasa has worked for Red Scale, so therefore in the Dale, these are things you should just know, and I don't want to play the surprise game.
Okay. Bet if you get eaten by
my surprise game is that when Brad was like, how the fuck did those Yetis sneak up on us? And I went, they get advantage because of snow. And he went, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we just gotta be like, in blizzards, we gotta be on the lookout for Yetis. So hopefully we get advantage to counter out their advantage, or whatever the fuck.
Another good example is when I also informed Brad that if you get suckered by Illithid, which Lewis knows, you take the damage, and if you fail that save, that's it. There is no let's try this again at the end of your turn. You're grappled. That's it. The game is over.
You're grappled and stunned until you're not grappled anymore, but you
Yeah.
can't ungrapple yourself because you're stunned.
Yes. And stunned is an effect that is in effect. You take the duration. There isn't not becoming unstunned.
So basically, if an Illithid catches you with a grapple attack while you're alone, you're dead. There's nothing you can do. There's no save. If it passes its grapple roll and you fail that save, you are a dead character.
Yep.
Yep. Makes sense.
2 rolls fail, and you're done. Game over.
It eats your brain.
It's not even. It's just the one.
No, it has to do the attack roll to get the grapple, and then you have to fail the save. So it's got like 2 layers of
I see.
failure.
But yeah. So I just want to incite some basic knowledge, and I say you have to take at least 8 hours to attend this montage training course to give the availability to you guys to have at least 8 hours of a different part of the day to do whatever you so wish and or desire for downtime.
Okay.
I'm gonna say we're gonna take a short 10-minute break here.
Okay.
However, Lewis, feel free to. Oh, hold on. I'll get back to that when I get back from my break, because I realize that you could tell them all those things, but it's still shit that I need to hear. So it's irrelevant for me to be like, hey, tell them about these things.
Well, it depends on what these things are.
Oh, it's made up shit that you just gotta come up with on the fly, really.
Oh, okay.
But it's still shit that I need to hear so I can implement it.
I know what I want to do on my downtime because I don't have very much money.
Oh, if it's a matter of money to make the healing.
I'm
potion,
going to the
I don't have to
blacksmith.
fret that.
Oh, I was gonna go gamble and just like I have
Oh.
my 10 coins. Yeah. If I got a week of downtime, I'm gonna fucking do this, and then I'm gonna go try to like double, triple my like 10 gold.
Hey, Lewis. I'm ready to take all their money.
Alright. Brad, are you going to be death rolling or are you doing something else?
I don't know. However he wants me to do it. I just want to try to make.
I like death rolling. Death rolling's fun.
I have 14 gold, and we're about to be going on another journey, and I don't think 14 gold's gonna make or break anything. So if I get more money out of it, bet. If I don't, oh no, I lost 10 gold pieces.
How do you have 14 gold? I thought we got like paid like 50 gold each when we turned in that book.
He just spent like 200 to make potions.
Potions are expensive, dog.
Oh, bet I would have given. No, they're 25 each. Okay, yeah, fair. No, they're 25 each, so you should have only spent 100.
Oh, that's right. So is everybody but Nick still here?
Yeah.
I think. Stephen, Will, you guys still.
So I have a backup plan.
Yeah, I'm here.
Just in case Scott goes crazy, Lewis, I'm gonna use a net to try and catch him.
Okay. Anyway.
It probably won't work.
Since everybody's here, and Nick was here when we were talking about it, David.
Okay. At the end of the week-long montage of Monster Mash, Mickey would say that before burying and giving up Nolanai's body, I went through his stuff and found a journal with a lot of Nolanai's various exploits, quests, a task. We'll go with task.
Alright.
Insulting to the dead, but task.
And contacts.
I'm not mentioning the contact parts, but
Okay.
so keep your dirty whole mouth shut about that, Les. It seems like he may have I had a lot more on his plate than he was willing to share with us at the time.
You mean he had some like side hustles going on?
I wouldn't say side hustles, more like more details on the projects that he laid out that he didn't actually share.
Well,
That's
It's okay. He was a private person.
he was. He was a very.
I
private person.
mean, that's not necessarily okay. Was there any information he held out that
Could have helped
may
him.
have not had him and Hightower killed?
No, he was very explicit.
Calm down.
Believe me, if there had been, I would have cursed his body to come back regardless of his wishes, just so I could kill him myself. But he did not have anything like that. He definitely covered everything with the whole ward, the wizard, the whole thing. He didn't know about the druid, it seemed. He suspected on what it could do, sounds like, but nothing really definitive that could have helped us. Let's see. Lewis, did you go over the Ancient Scepter and Golden Shaft and stuff?
I do not remember what I have mentioned to the party.
Alright. Well, I'll just go back over everything. He has in here about Master Argu. He's got some weird notes in here on him. I'm not quite sure what they mean. I'm not going to share those. They're trivial at best. Let's see. We know about Cardenival. Mulfin is the proprietor of the buried treasure. He's interested in the keep on the hill. We may want to look into that.
All right. Lewis.
Oh, I was in the middle of giving it.
David was sharing everything he found out about Nolan I's journal.
Let me go over that, and then you can go into questioning Lewis.
I already has it. You're good.
Okay.
I already
cool.
know things.
Okay. Mulfin wants us to retrieve an artifact that's in this keep. It's a scepter. Kind of got like a gold shaft. He's willing to pay. It pays like 700 gold for it. So there's that. We need to go and see Keegan Verlin, who is in Targos. She has a missing husband, of course. We never got paid for going and dealing with the moose. There was a promise of 500 gold up on that. So we probably need to step back there and talk to Nimsy about that. Just some other basic info here on some people around town, but nothing that could have honestly helped us very much. But I just wanted us to be aware of the legacy of what our friend had for us.
Okay.
So, any questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
As he still kind of like keeps trying to pull away from Scott, even though it's been a week and Scott still hasn't let go of his damn hand.
Your hands have atrophied at this point.
Have you not just like asked him to let you go?
No, I feel like that'd be letting him winning.
That'd be letting him winning.
I feel like letting him do this to you is letting him winning.
You say that, but eventually his hand will get bored and go off and find something else, I hope.
He has another one.
I have 2 hands.
Listen
I have 2 feet. I have a tail.
Listen here, Wind. I didn't ask your opinion.
Have you guys taken a shower? Or bathed in the last week?
It's cold. No one sweats here. There's no such thing as sweat.
I mean, I'm gonna take a shower after raking all that cold hard cash. Anybody?
Oh yeah, you're right. All right. What are you playing? What's the?
I don't know. What's the game around Bryn Chander? Let's see.
Oh,
I have no game proficiencies, so I'm just doing raw rolls.
Mickey would have given you 25 gold as payment for the healing potion, since he knows how hard it is to make those.
All right. Your boy's about to go below 30 gold.
He's tossing bones. Bones and Brinchander.
Anybody want to go with me? I'll take some money from you.
I'm going to the blacksmith.
Mickey's been praying over the souls of his dead friends. Scott, maybe you should go with him. Keep him company. Let go.
Scott, how you want to try to make some money?
Yes, but Scott does not have money for gambling.
He'll hold out 20 gold. Here, let go of my hand, and you can have this.
That is a tempting offer.
He kind of shakes the bag just so that it jingles.
I'll buy the first round of drinks, Scott.
Scott accepts.
Thank God for that.
All right. David, how much money did we get from that I apparently didn't record?
We should have gotten 50 from what Noel and I's records say here.
Oh yeah, that's long gone money.
Oh, okay, bud.
I spend money quick with this character.
Fair enough.
I'm a broke ass bitch.
Nick, Yorn likes to go shopping.
Nick, is there a pit fighting scene in Bryn Shander?
Give me one moment. Are you not making fries then? I asked one.
I'll be right back.
Yes, Lois.
Okay, I'm gonna go pit fighting for my downtime activity.
Okay.
Oh no, what have I done? I started the Scott Empire.
Scott's gone gambling a few times. It hasn't turned out well for him. So he does what he knows best, inflicting violence.
Smite!
Roll a d20 plus your strength. What is your strength modifier for you, right?
Are you following the Xanathar's thing?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mic
Because
off.
there's actual like pit fighting downtime rules for that.
Oh yeah.
Or we can go by whatever you want.
Because I'm not familiar with those rules. What is your strength modifier? That is your attack mod. That is what you use to attack, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So roll a d20 plus that.
Plus just my strength.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It is a 16.
Oh, okay. That's neat. So that like what I'm reading here is almost very similar to what I was doing.
Okay.
And then times that by 10, and that's how much gold you made over the course of the week.
Shit, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. I want to humor this. He would have failed, see? We play by my rules.
Yeah, of course I would have failed. It's you rolling. You see those 2 9s there? I do.
All right. Well,
Whatever, Lewis.
let's go take our ill-gotten gains and try to double them. I'm going double or nothing.
How much money?
30 gold. So I'll either come out with 60 or 0.
Mic on.
Okay.
So he's gonna start at 300 and keep going down from there.
Unless there's something with a better deal than double or nothing.
Mic off.
Take it. We'll play Death Eyes. Just make my life easy. Go ahead and roll. You can roll first, because I love
What am I rolling?
I don't think he knows how to death roll.
Does he not?
I haven't been here for that.
Did we not? Alright, so it is... Is it... Go ahead, Lewis, because I'm high and you are not, so you know the rules better than me, so let me not
My
even try to
God.
go there.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm drunk.
so-
I can totally tell you this.
Okay, so Brad, you're betting 30 gold?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so the object of death rolling is to not hit 1.
Okay.
The first person to hit 1 loses. So, we will say that you put 30 gold in line. So 30 times 100. I need you to roll a 3,000 sided die.
Alright, say that last bit
And then
again.
splash bitch in the face until she
So
figures
you
out-
multiply whatever you're betting by 100, and then you roll a die that is equal to that amount.
See, I thought it was
So-
10.
You need to roll a 3,000 sided die.
Oh, I need to put an R in front of that.
All right. And now your opponent rolls a 1,056 sided die.
Okay. Actually, I did play this. I just forgot how it was started.
And there we go. And then whoever hits 1 loses.
The game begins.
So, Lewis, if I can fasten if I can fasten a rapier to my horns and then do my horn attack, it would be a finesse weapon.
You're not wrong, Steven.
If Nick allows it.
I've been reading forums.
Oh, Pop lost! Pop lost!
Ah, give me that money. Give me that money. I'll take that money. Give me that money. And I'm not gambling anymore because the amount of gold I have is perfect. Nice.
And I swear.
What is everyone else doing? I heard blacksmithing.
You're muted, my man.
You're muted, Nick.
Vibration.
I heard blacksmithing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Working
He has
on-
69
working
gold,
on
by the
stuff.
way.
Nice.
The perfect amount of gold.
That's the first word.
The nicest amount.
Nice.
Grum's taking a cooking class at the crafting guild hall.
Ooh. Interesting.
Here you go.
Okay.
Is there anyone who sells healing potions in Brinjander?
There are.
I'm gonna buy a couple.
How many healing potions you buy, buddy?
2.
Okay.
I gotta go put french fries in the oven.
As you acquire your 2 health potions. The week goes by and you guys get your accumulative basic knowledge of the Dale. In that time, around supper and such, there was a question I'd asked prior that I just thought of. I'm sorry. Who took a bath? I know that's a weird.
Mickey would have taken a bath once he got free of Skaska's death grip.
It wasn't a death grip, it was a gentle caress that was firm enough to hold you still.
Uh-huh. Death grip.
I took a bath.
There's no negative side effects if anyone is curious. So I'm more curious about something.
When we would get back to a town, that's the only reason he decided it would be a good idea to take one.
Grum?
Skaska would in fact bathe.
Okay.
She
Grum?
was so pissed at Helen. But she didn't give up.
Wilhelm, do you take bath?
Yeah, I would have bathed.
Okay.
Alright.
She wasn't.
Skaka, did you take a bath with anybody?
Is it like a public bath or?
I mean, it's in Shane's house and it's more like a sauna bath. Like it's a hot house.
Okay. He has no concept of shame, so more than likely.
Okay.
Oh my god.
How many times did you take a bath in? Is the question. I guess is another question I have to ask.
Is that everybody?
This is weird. One can be an acceptable answer. I just need to know how many times I'm gonna have somebody roll.
Is this for everybody or just for one person?
Just him.
I took one.
Probably just one, as long as no one complains about any Skaska smelling bad.
Okay. Did you take a bath in the week downtime?
As much as I could, honestly.
All right. So, Scott, the one time that you took a bath, did you take a bath with anyone else?
Oh no.
Sure.
Who did you take a bath with?
Bjorn.
All right, Bjorn.
No.
I've taken a bath with him. Mickey doesn't mind sharing.
Alright, I'm like imagining that I'm like sitting in there, I'm enjoying myself, like I'm having a good bath like I do every day, and Skaska just busts in and ruins it.
It's like I don't know if you were here.
Pokes out of the water.
The description of it is more like a sauna, bath, hot house kind of ordeal. So there's a lot of steam and stuff going on. Can you roll me a perception check with disadvantage? It's real fucking hard to see in here.
That's fair. 12.
All right. So you hear Skaska bust in because you hear his trademark, "I am here," as he comes into the bathhouse and closes the door.
Skaska strikes me as a no-towel guy.
Yeah, he has no
Oh,
shame.
yeah.
He said,
No concept of shame.
Have you recently been watching My Hero Academia out of curiosity?
No, I have not actually.
Okay,
Mhm.
just checking.
Animes and bathhouses have kind of been a meme recently. I don't know why, but it's been a thing in a lot of animes recently.
Yeah.
So since this is like the first time you guys have actually had a chance to talk, what is one of the things you talk about, Skaska?
Bjorn. Skaska was told to ask about your father.
Skaska, you're my hero.
By who? By who, Skaska?
One who
told you to do
calls
that?
himself Mog.
Oh, why did it have to be him?
That's exactly the thought process I was having too. He's gonna be like, "All right, who's the motherfucker that said Mog? You know what? My tone has changed drastically now that the circumstances have changed."
Well, see, Skaska, the towns around here, I'm sure you know, kind of do their whole, like, minor sacrifices to the deities, so, we don't get murdered or whatever the fuck. I don't really get it.
Skaska is aware.
Well, my dad was one of the lambs, so to speak.
He's aware of the privileges and rights and all the things they have to go through. It has absolutely no consequence or effect on it. Actually, Skaska, you can't think of a single kobold that's been sacrificed.
Well,
You don't. It's not a matter of winning.
So what's the point of playing?
Oh, Lord. Not right now. Let me finish what I'm doing.
Bjorn. Tell Skaska. What is a father?
He's like,
Brad has never been in the situation of having to actually explain his daddy issues.
well, I'm trying to figure out to explain like the exact flavor of Bjorn's daddy issues because every character has a different flavor.
No, he didn't. He didn't ask who your father was. He said, "What is a father?"
No, I know. That's going to impact the answer greatly.
Okay.
I love D&D.
A father is a person who like helped bring you into this world, and he like protects you and he guides you and kind of turns you into someone who can like survive and
Mic
thrive out
off.
here. I think that's what a father is.
A claw pokes up out of the water and scratches Skaska's chin. You're unsure if it's a hand claw or foot claw.
Is that?
So,
Clever
like,
girl.
so a father is like Master Redscale then.
Is Master Redscale your parent?
Skaska shrugs. No kobolds know who their parents are.
Huh. Like, so yeah, I guess Red Scale would be your father if he's the one that like guides you through the world.
Maybe Master Redscale could be your father? You don't have a father now.
Yeah, but I don't really think anyone can really replace him. But perhaps Master Redscale can help teach me what my father can't anymore. So yeah, I guess in a way, in your way, yeah, he could be
So
my
then-
father.
We are brothers.
Yeah, sure. Sure, Skaska. I'll call you my brother.
Skaska must introduce you to extended family. There are 397 of us.
Are we gonna have to do this all at once?
More than likely.
Alright, brother. And I shake your hand. And I don't let go.
Skaska glad Bjorn understands.
And at
But-
the... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but is it his hand though?
Ooh.
Skaska, have you ever heard of a
Mic
towel?
on.
Actually, that's a really good question.
Plot twist.
Are
it's
you...
his tail.
How are you... Where are you sitting in relative to
Mic
him,
off.
Lewis? Like right next to him? Your left or your right?
I'm assuming since I am literally 2'7".
Oh, you can... But that reminds me, you can see clear as day, because, you know, heat rises.
Yeah.
So he can see you
Mic on.
perfectly.
Now hold on, wavy line effect from all the heat emanations.
Oh yeah, it's still difficult to see, but he can definitely see him more clearly than Bjorn seeing Skaska.
Fair bet. Yeah, fair.
We will
Mic
say
off.
that since we are now holding hands next to him.
Left or right?
Left.
Roll me a D4. Brett. Oh, sorry.
Skaska rolled it. He got a 1.
What ligament is he holding? You have your choice of left leg, left arm, and your tail.
He is holding my tail.
Okay.
This is okay.
You don't know. It's scaly.
No, just this moment is okay. David, you gotta make the drive, and I'm more than happy to.
At the end of your
I need a heads up, though. Like, give me a few days. Sorry.
at the end of your guys' downtime, do you all decide that you're going to do
Mic
after getting
on.
some base knowledge? What are your... hold on, I'm sorry, I forgot one last thing. In the bathhouses, you guys having discussions. Since this is the first time anyone else is going to be hearing about it except for you, Lewis, tell them about the attack on East Haven and how that's going.
Oh, no.
The attack on East Haven?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Where you recently just came from killing a bunch of goblins.
Okay.
You were called back by Master Redscale. If
Yeah,
I'm not...
yeah.
You were at the front lines of East Haven being assaulted by goblins when you were summoned back.
So, Bjorn, did you know goblins are sieging East Haven?
Is it just goblins? We saw what looked like walking trees heading to that area.
Lewis, this is also freedom of creation here.
Okay. Yeah. The walking broccoli things. Trees? Trees, yes. Scott knows what trees are.
Yeah, we only saw them from a distance. What were those?
Trees.
But they were, like, moving.
Yeah. If a boulder moves, does it stop being a boulder?
I mean, in some cases, yes. We just went over a whole thing about earth elementals.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't argue with his logic, sir.
Are there more people in this bath than I realize? I don't mean to sound sarcastic
No,
I
sorry.
just want to know so I
I
can.
don't know. David said that he would have joined us.
I would have joined us if the option was available, but...
It is available.
Yeah, it's open bathhouse.
Yeah, I'd have joined them simply because...
All right, I need to... Go ahead.
I took mine separate, and like right as we got home, and then I headed to the blacksmith.
All right. So as you two were having this intimate whole tale moment, Mickey comes in. Could you roll me a perception check at disadvantage?
Oh no!
Even though I'm 3 feet tall as well.
You have to be below 3 feet.
Fair.
Caveats.
That's fair. 13. I also forgot to hit disadvantage because I'm dumb. A 7.
All right. Yeah, it's really hard to make out where people are sitting, but you get a general idea from the conversation going about. As you sit down, this is where you catch the tail end of what Scott just finished saying.
Like it's just trees attacking East Haven? Wait, what?
Yeah. Said there were goblins and whatever the moving trees were. I mean,
Yeah,
were there
Scott got killed. Goblin leader. One of goblin leaders.
How many goblin leaders are there?
More than Scott can count.
During the training montage, did we read anything about Ents?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be the moving broccoli?
Or trolls?
Ooh. Okay. Oh, I gotta be right back. I'm down to do what you guys want to do.
I want to go.
He has to get in brown pants.
I want to go to East Haven now because that's where my mama is, and it sounds like she's under attack from trees, from Ents.
Hey, you know, Mickey. Now, could you roll me a wisdom with advantage?
Wisdom check, or
Yeah. So, or is that intelligence to remember something?
Intelligence is memory.
Roll intelligence, please.
Alright, and is that with advantage?
Yeah, I'll take advantage. That's fine.
You a good man, because I ain't got nothing in wisdom or intelligence. Yep, that's a 9.
So you say your mother's in East Haven, and then that kind of brings like a... She wasn't there when you were just there and visiting. Your father had said she had work to do in East Haven.
Yeah.
What does your mother do for trade? Wasn't she a...
She's a blacksmith. She's indeed a blacksmith. Very, very skilled at her craft. Well, Dad's greatest goal is to become a circle, aka a cook with feet. Mom's desire is to build such a masterful weapon and have it be used by such a skilled warrior that her name goes down in legend beside him.
Yeah, so you get the feeling that maybe that's why your mother wasn't in Lonelywood.
Makes sense, but that doesn't mean a son doesn't worry. Especially with the sounds of numerous goblins more than... Okay, it is Skaska. Now that I think about it, Skaska did say he couldn't count it, but that don't mean somebody else couldn't count it. He's very concerned and wants to go and make a trip over to East Haven as soon as possible.
Is Mickey throwing shade at Skaska?
A bit. Though, I don't know if his ramblings would have been out loud or not. I don't think he's actually been drinking, so... I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Scott did in fact kill Goblin Commander.
And they say there's more Goblin Commanders there?
Always. Goblins breed faster than kobolds.
So East Haven isn't currently safe.
That is correct.
But Skarsgård, do you think it's a winnable fight if we turn some attention to it?
Maybe. Scott, not sure.
Who did you leave in charge? Sorry.
Mic off.
Am I muted?
I left in charge. Was it another kobold?
Yeah, you led we'll say 125 kobolds to East Haven.
Okay.
Skilled warrior kobolds and not like actual kobolds, because
Yeah. I left Din in charge.
It's a good kobold name.
What were you saying, Brad? I'm sorry.
With our training montage knowledge, would we assume that with the help of some other units and a kobold army and shit like that, we could actually maybe take back East Haven?
You feel like they're going. It's a possibility. Although Skarsgård talks about him performing well when he describes how they fight, it is more tactically advanced than what you're used to from your typical goblins.
Okay.
Mic on.
It makes me think that there's someone behind them. Goblins apart weak, but together strong. They're just too dumb to ever come together unless someone much stronger and meaner than them comes along.
Could you roll me an intelligence check, Skarsgård?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You're the one who said intelligence.
12.
You are able to remember the one goblin commander that you killed had some sort of weird blue insignia on its forehead.
Saruman.
Now that Scott's got to think on it. Commander Scott killed had symbol on forehead?
Can you draw the symbol?
If you want to attempt to draw the symbol, I'm going to ask for another intelligence.
Ska races out of the bathhouse. No towel, nothing on. Comes back with his journal. And among the various scribbles and drawings, you see the symbol.
It looks like a owlbear.
Do I recognize it? Is it in my dad's book? Can I roll an Arcana check?
You'll have to run out of the bathhouse naked to get this book.
I mean, I can wait. I can hold this nugget of information for another 10 minutes
Then
while I
yes.
get dressed.
I turn the journal back to myself. Oh, upside down. I spin it back over.
Alright. Yeah, I'm going to finish up my bath, and we're going to go look through my dad's book.
Since you ran from the bathhouse into your room, Mog or Grum, did any... let me rephrase this. Skaska, did you run across anyone else in the house that was not Duvasa Shane?
No.
Okay. And then you run back in the bathhouse. Proceed, gentlemen.
Okay. Dry off, throw a towel around my shoulders, put some clothes on, go back to the place.
Who leaves the bathhouse? In what order and how far apart in time from one another?
Me first.
Skaska would probably be right behind him.
David?
I would have probably left before anybody started a bath.
Were you in the bath with them? Were you just a quiet observer?
No. I
Okay.
was not.
Oh no,
there
I'm sorry. I
at
meant
all.
for them. I'm sorry. I didn't word that properly. Anyone
That's my
who's
bad.
currently in the bathhouse. No, you're good, buddy. That was me. Anyone who's currently in the bathhouse who had the conversation about these goblins. Bjorn left. Then Skaska immediately after. Mickey.
Who had just started his bath?
David. David. You didn't just Eric me, did you?
No, the stupid mic just wasn't picking me up. I was saying I was last. I've literally been
How
screaming at the
how
mic.
far in time behind Skaska did you leave?
Since I literally sat down, heard their part about East Haven, and forgot about bathing, I would have probably been, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes behind them.
All right, cool. That's not relevant. Skaska, do you end up following Bjorn?
Yes, because I am interested in what he is attempting to do.
All right.
Mic off.
Do you leave and turn around to look to see if he's behind you? What do you do? Like, is it?
I mean, I assumed he's with me. We're on the case.
All
He's
right.
got a nugget of information, and hopefully, if the symbol's anywhere in my dad's book, he can point it out to me while I'm
All right, cool. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
focused. I am focused.
Yeah,
on,
he's naked, but that's not the reason why I asked for the perception check.
I'm laser focused. Look down. God, fucking damn it, Skaska, and then just keep going.
It seems to be a symbol that references Oriel in some shape.
Okay.
Almost as if it was her gift.
Okay. Could I roll an Arcana check to try to see if I can find out some more information?
Yep. You're having a bad day. Him being naked next to you just keeps throwing your concentration off.
I look
Michael.
through a page, make direct eye contact with Skaska, look down, look back at the page, look up again, look down, look up, put my hands on my face.
So I have a question. Is this the thought process that everyone goes through when they fight kobolds out in the world? Because kobolds out in the world are naturally naked. I'm just confused as to what this domesticated kobold being clothed has anything to do with. But go ahead.
Because normally, in a kobold who is in society wears at least a loincloth.
I see.
And I mean, if I'm stabbing at it, it's nice that it's naked. If I'm just hanging out with it in my room for like 30 minutes while it just stares at me and it's just like pants off, dick out energy.
Actually, they have retractable peni, sir. They're
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not good.
feel like he's a paladin and it's just pants off, dick out energy. And I just can't concentrate. And
Just
so I
because
rolled
you
that
have
one.
a pendulous one does not mean they do
All right,
too.
so how long do you guys spend going over this?
I get about 30 minutes before I have to physically leave the room.
Skatka, does anyone interrupt you guys while you're doing this?
I mean, after my 15 minutes, I would have caught up with them. Like, what are we figuring out here?
Oh, all right. Bet. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
Let's see what the guy has to say about this one. Because holy shit.
Let's see. This button, that button, this button. That's a natural 20.
Brain no worky.
Holy fuck, you got a crit.
Yep, natural 20.
So you walk into this butt-ass naked Skaska, and Bjorn heavily focusing on these books and trying not to look at Skaska at all. You can get the feeling. You notice that there is a rope tied around Skaska's chest section. As you enter the room, he has turned towards you.
I will probably approach and, like, flick at the rope. Like, is this an actual rope here? It's not part of your scales? No, this is rope. What is this?
That is my rope. Where's your rope?
He, like, opens up his shirt and, like, looks down at his chest like, I don't... Rope? What? And, like, flicks at your rope again. Rope? Why are you wearing a rope?
This is what Skaska do. Skotsko, wear rope. Master Red Scale said wear rope. Skotsko, wear rope.
Oh, this is a Master Red Skill thing. Okay.
Alright.
Um,
Maybe Mickey should wear rope. No. Bjorn, brother. You must wear rope.
I'm already replacing my belt with a rope. I'd close
No.
the book.
No.
Bjorn, on your chest.
Alright, so I need to know the relevant position of the three of you in this room. I know I'm being super peculiar about a lot of things, but you're sitting down. Mickey's only 3 feet tall, which only puts him about 5 inches taller than Skaska. So this is all relevance to who in what position people are standing in the room. Or sitting in the room. I imagine you're sitting at your desk.
I'm
He's
standing
still a foot
up.
taller than us.
I'm standing up and just tying a rope.
Alright, so you're not even looking at them. Perfect. Go ahead, as you two were.
Oh, Lord. Oh. I don't like what's happening now. This is...
Well, I told you I'm going to be asking a lot of suspicious-ass things, but until someone hits the exact requirements I need, I'm not saying anything. So, as you two are having your conversation, go ahead.
So what is the significance of this rope with Master Red Skill?
Master Red Scale said wear rope. So Skotsko, wear rope.
But why? It's just around your chest.
It is not Skotsko's place to question Master Red Scale.
You feel inspired by a divine being somewhere.
I will take my inspiration happily.
But it's just a rope.
You do not insult Skotsko's rope.
I think I do. This is ridiculous. It's just a rope.
Oh no.
Mickey,
Yes, Skaska?
Skaska advises against this.
But Bjorn, back me up here. It's just a rope, ain't it?
Master Red Scale's methods are not ours to question.
What?
As he ties the rope around his chest.
Waist. It's a belt.
One, way too low. Two, what the actual fuck? It's a rope. Isn't it? Is there magic on that?
What?
Do your detection shit and tell me is there magic on that rope, bud?
Skaska, do you think maybe, possibly, maybe Master Red Scale meant robe?
No.
Okay.
Are you looking at Skaska?
Yeah.
Alright, so what is everyone's relevant position in the room?
I think we're triangulated, all yelling at each other.
Alright. Skaska, is your back to any of them?
Currently, probably not.
Alright.
I would be facing directly towards Mickey because he is a threat now.
God, I've reached threat status.
I turn away from them in frustration.
No,
And put my hands on my eyes and just ugh.
Look, it's just a rope, ain't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a rope.
What? Okay, if it's just a rope, why are you wearing that, Skaska?
That's Skaska
Master
right now.
Red Scale said Skotsko wear rope. So Skaska wear rope.
Alright. So
What is
Mickey,
so hard to understand?
Mickey, buddy, I whisper into your ear. I really think he has bad hearing and is a little dyslexic. I think Master Red Scale said robe, but honestly, this is a really touchy subject and I don't want to piss him off. Do you want to piss him off, Mickey?
I think he should roll a perception check.
Yeah, I mean, that's super fair. I will,
You know
roll
what?
me a wisdom.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
Jesus.
Do we need to roll deception check?
Yeah.
Does he need to roll a deception
How are you?
check? I'm just
Probably stealth.
Yeah, sleight of hand. I'll take sleight of hand for 500.
Okay, I gotta get French fries here in a second.
Brad, think with your character, not with your
Oh.
stuff. Your stuff.
I pay them no mind, and then hop up on Bjorn's chair and start trying to read his books.
I just stare at the. Where's the tide at, Nick?
Are you looking
Yeah,
for it?
I am actively looking for the tie on this.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 18.
It's tied right at his chest. The knot's right there.
Like, is it just a square knot? Can I just like reach up and pull it like a bow kind of deal?
I mean, if you want to just pull it and undo the knot, you could. I just can't guarantee that the repercussions for doing so might not be
Mickey's unsure.
character ending.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not. If this is what Scott believes in, and by the power of God invested in him chooses to give it to you with smite, I can't stop him.
That's truly fair. Mickey just wants to know where the end of this rope ends, so he can know.
It might be ending at Mickey. It might be ending Mickey, too.
I mean, I will classify that rope as a whip if we have any further questions about this.
He's a naked kobold at the moment, so Mickey's kind of unsure.
Does Skaska look like Woody? Do you have Andy written on the bottom of your foot?
Are you also
What you're
checking
getting at,
him out?
David? No, I'm just wondering if this is what David's getting at.
No, I don't understand the purpose of this rope. Mickey doesn't understand the purpose of this rope. David understands that this is some sort of character defect that has been built into this character that he doesn't understand yet.
I have already given enough hints, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
That's fair. He's gonna look at the knot and then just shake his head like, no. This has some significance to him. He'll leave it alone for now. And turn back to Bjorn as he's trying to tie a rope around where his belt once was.
I just shrug and say, it's not my place to question Master Redscale.
It totally is your place. His place I get. He I don't know what about him. He kind of loves the dude. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't care. Not my goat. Not my fight.
Master Redscale is the patron saint of kobolds.
Yeah, Master Redscale is like a high wizard with a bunch of kobolds following him. Of course, I'm...
No. He is the patron saint of kobolds, not the patron saint of humans? Humans, yeah.
I don't need him to be a patron saint. I just need him to be a wizard willing to help me learn things, which he is.
Master Redscale is the patron saint of Bjorn, because Bjorn is now brother to Skaska.
Oh, what have you done to him? He was...
Skaska do nothing. Bjorn agreed.
What did you agree to?
Bjorn agreed that Argu Redscale could be Bjorn's new father.
I slow turn back to Brio and like, really?
You see, like...
Thus, he is Skaska's brother.
He's using
thus
those
Master
words.
Redscale is
And I
Bjorn's
meant, like,
patron saint.
Metaphors and well, you see Skaska,
Just looks back and forth between you two, like, what actual fuck?
I'm gonna...
Mickey, is your father dead?
No, my father is very much alive. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, Master Redscale cannot be your father then.
Yeah, that's very true. My dad is happily baking at his craft.
Yeah, fucking eating fucking for enough for a whole town.
I'm sorry, what was that, Bjorn?
Nothing, as I'm flipping through the pages of a book.
Skaska is standing on your chair, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, he's where I'm sitting, and then I imagine he's sitting towards you guys like this.
Not sitting, standing. So he can actually see your book.
Mickey is just kind of looking up, having this argument with you two. Like,
Alright, cool. Hey, whoever's looking at Skaska, roll me perception checks.
Not me.
21.
Bjorn actively looks away.
I'm looking at the book.
You catch a glimpse of what looks like atrophy is stored on his back.
No.
Atrophy in his back? Scott, what's that book say there on the table? As he turns to look at the book,
Is there anything written in Draconic?
No. Oh wait, no, it's his dad's book. Never mind. I have no say in this.
Nope, it is written not in Draconic.
Okay.
As he turns to look at the book, I'm gonna turn and try and study his back more. Like, wait, what?
Looks like it looks like folded up appendages.
That's what we're doing on our anniversary.
What the fuck? And then I'll quickly like I'm leaning around a corner to look at his back, and then I'll quickly like straighten back up. Like, what? Skaska, you said you're a disciple of Master Ritsko, right?
Skaska said yes.
And in Bjorn's head, he'll hear telepathically, there's something weird about Skaska's back. He's kind of like he's folded up. I don't know what. It's like tiny hands almost? Feet? Folded up things on his back.
Folded. It's really hard to describe what they are without it telling you exactly what they are, but you wouldn't be able to tell that's what these are because they're so...
Tiny wings?
Of sorts.
Okay. That's why
they look appropriate size, but they look severely atrophied.
Okay.
Really weak, like never been used ever.
Okay. Well, I'm still going with my tiny shriveled up appendage description to him of tiny feet, tiny arms, tiny something on his back.
I'm gonna recognize that for the potentially triggering thing that is, and not touch it with 10-foot pole.
That's the telepathy.
If I can't find anything else out on this symbol, I'll give up on this.
It's related to Oriel in some sense. It doesn't go into any other detail than that, really.
Alright.
Most of it, you can see in his notes that it's vague and that he looked for information, but came out empty-handed.
Skaska, was there any word from East Haven before the goblin attack? Like, what were they into?
What the fuck?
Skaska, not sure. Skaska went there because Master Redscale said, lead forces to East Haven and fight goblins. So Skaska did that.
I'm gonna go ask Duvasta if East Haven had been, like, lacking on their sacrifices or some shit like that. If they weren't paying their dues.
She's currently not at the house.
Okay, I'll wait till she gets home. I'll keep that question on the back burner for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the rest of my time here doing some research into the non-spellcasting parts of my dad's books.
Mickey's gonna be asking questions about Skaska and his time with Master Itzko. Like, was he with him from birth, or what was the situation here?
Yes, Skaska was raised by Master Redscale.
Really? At the Copper Worm? Copper Worm? What the hell is it?
Brass Bookworm.
The Brass Bookworm, yes.
Oh.
That is where Skaska's clutch was born. Hatched is word.
Really? And you have known Master Redscale all your life.
Thanks for a second.
What in the fuck?
Yes.
And you've just always done what he says?
Yes. Why would Skaska not?
I don't know.
Skaska's 7 years old, can make own decisions.
Mic off.
Skaska chooses to serve Master Redscale.
Mic on.
That's fair. That's truly fair. I've dedicated my life to Helm. I can't see why you couldn't dedicate your life to Master Redscale.
You dedicated your life to a helmet?
We're not going to chew that much, I wish. I have promised to serve my Lord Helm. And I'm assuming you've promised to serve Master Redscale?
Why is your master named after a helmet?
Well, it's more because of the description of his protection. He is a divinity of protection.
Alright, guys.
You're muted, Brad.
Alright, guys. Like, I haven't been an active part of this conversation in like 5 minutes. Why are y'all still in my room?
Did you look at them?
Yes.
Alright, then you have to roll my perception check.
Yeah, we're still standing in your room having a discussion on divinity and Master Redscale. I refuse to accept that he's a divinity.
You also noticed what looked like wings on his back.
Yeah, Skaska is still attempting to read the book. He is very obviously struggling.
For those of you who don't know, since you had a small crash course, you know that kobolds who get wings show or have a higher chance of superiority.
Okay.
Leading Warrens and such.
Mic off.
Alright, so even though Skaska's strange, he's